Hello, my name's Thomas Pulser, and in my last video looking for the similarities, I had went through a couple things, but I didn't really give a whole lot of examples. You know, I said there were similarities between AA, a bug-free mind, law of attraction, and Joel Osteen, or spirituality and religion. Well, in this video, I'd like to elaborate a little on what I've found as far as similarities in between them. And here are a couple of them. All right, in step 4 of the 12 steps, we uncover shame, guilt, remorse, fear, resentments, and stuff. When we were doing our moral inventory on how, you know, we behave badly to acquire more than our share of sex, security, and status. All right, now in I don't know if it's the law of attraction or the there's this course, Love or Above, and we all emit vibrations, and in that course it says like shame and guilt are 20 and 30, and hate is 50, depression is like 100. These are vibrations that we're putting off. Anger is like 150, love is 500, enlightenment is 700, and gratitude is 900. Okay, so we have all them over there, and we have them in, we uncover them in step 4, things that we're, you know, feel guilty and regret and everything else. And they're holding us down, their baggage, right? Now in step 5 of the 12 steps, we tell them to God and another human being. Well, that's basically confession, you know, except you're not telling it to a priest, you're telling it to your sponsor. And a different thing with Love or Above, their way to counteract the lower vibrations of shame, guilt, hate, and whatnot, of course, is forgiveness, which is in the, you know, they got the law of forgiveness under the law of, it's one of the 11 forgotten laws. If you'd like to check them out, Bob Proctor is the one I watch and listen to on that. He does an amazing job. Anyway, and you counteract like depression with gratitude. You know, the more things you're grateful for, the more the more you're grateful for the things you have, the more things you'll have to be grateful for. It also, in AA, we counteract depression with gratitude. So, you know, there's something in common there. As I said, step 5, telling someone else, is similar to confession. In step 6, you know, we identify character defects and become willing to, you know, become willing to let go of them. Anyway, and then in step 7, we give them to God. Now, what these character defects are negative core beliefs and bugs, and you know, a lot of them are all ego-driven and or things we learned when we were a kid. Now, my sponsor in AA gave me a list of all the different things, you know, of character defects. And the thing with the character defects is, right, some of them we want to hang on to and stuff, but ideally, you know, if everything is the way we look at it, when I'm unhappy, it's due to me, due to my perspective on a situation, or, you know, the way I'm looking at the world, which is, if I'm unhappy, it's because of one of my character defects, or a bug, or a negative core belief. And these, you know, I've got the different terminology from a bug-free mind. You know, the negative core beliefs and bugs and ego. And anyway, to go back to step 6, you know, becoming entirely ready to let go of them. Put that up very quick again. Yeah. To have God remove all these defects of character is exact wording. Anyway, to become entirely ready, what makes us entirely ready is to identify that they're causing us pain. And the pain they're causing us is unhappiness. All right. So when we can identify, or as in a bug-free mind, it says observe it. And if it's not, bug-free mind says either it's moving you toward your goal or away from it, but nothing stands still. Anyway, so if it's making you unhappy, that pushes me to become willing to, let it go. And that's the same as observing. Now, I've been finding out a lot about ego in a bug-free mind, and one thing about ego, there's a common saying in alcoholics, alcoholics have the biggest ego and the lowest self-esteem. Well, in a bug-free mind, it pretty much breaks down and says why that is. See, the ego is trying to protect the person from letting the rest of the world know how little that person thinks of himself. So the biggest ego and the lowest self-esteem go hand in hand. As your self-esteem goes up, your ego will go down. And in a bug-free mind, just observing it. In that book, he calls your ego the nutter in your head, which is kind of fitting. Anyway, all right, now also, the law of attraction, there's another similarity between the law of attraction and praying, and that's, in praying, you ask God for something, and you have faith that it will come. Well, the law of attraction is something similar. You ask the universe for something, and you have faith that it will come. So there's similarities there. Anyway, I've been studying all this stuff, and I find it really interesting how, this, that, and the other, and all this other stuff is kind of explaining to me anyway how and why the 12 steps of AA work and how they work and stuff. So I find it really interesting. Anyway, there's more than this, but for this one, I think I'm going to call it quits on this. If you would like to find out more, I encourage you to look for similarities in different things in your life. And, if you found some value in this, please like, comment, or share. Also, if you would like some more information, go to YouTube and put in my name, Thomas Spaltzer, in the search bar, and you'll get some of my other videos. Thank you, and have an awesome day.